We are back, everybody. I took a few wrong turns and I'm in the middle of the city now, but it's alright. I wanted to show you guys Worcester, and maybe when Peter comes back and we do another video, hopefully if it happens, we could do a video in Worcester. There's a lot of interesting history and facts about it, especially with the whole situation that was going on. I just got some really good Chinese food at a newer restaurant. I try to tell everybody about it because they're brand new, one of the nicest owners I've ever met, and every experience I had has been fantastic at the Saloon 189 in the Canal District of Worcester. Food's very cheap and very fresh. The sad thing about Worcester, it's a really nice city in my opinion. It just doesn't have a huge walkable area. There are some walkable spots near some of the college campuses and downtown, but it's kind of broken up where the walkable areas are, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. Also, in the past, they've torn down a bunch of their historical architecture. A lot of cities preserve their history and beautiful old buildings that were built, but Worcester tears them down. There are some nice museums out here though, same with out in Springfield. Springfield is underrated when it comes to museums. The recording, guys, my apologies. You could see a few things that were up on the dashboard, some paperwork and stuff. There must be an event going on at the DCU Center right now, which is like the local arena in Worcester. They have like sporting events out here. There's a hockey team. There's been a few hockey teams actually, and they have like everything out here from like bull riding to the local artist that's around. Fitchburg used to have a pretty cool venue also. It's still standing. It's just a full-time ice rink now. The Wallace Civic Center had all sorts of good bands back in the day, but it kind of got zoned out and switched into a full-time hockey rink for Fitchburg State College. People that dressed up, it must be a college or school graduation. Oh wow, bad pothole. You guys see that hotel over there? The day after I did the Peter video, I actually went in there because I had a friend tell me that was a migrant hotel, and sure enough it was. The whole place was filled to the brim. what's crazy now, Worcester hotels are expensive. They're pretty much on the same price as the Boston hotel rate. Maybe a little tiny bit cheaper, but on the grand scale, like, even basic hotels now and housing is a good amount of money out here. I'm gonna be on the highway in a few minutes, guys. Give you a view of beautiful Worcester. It's actually kind of good. I had to take I took the wrong turn earlier because it gives you guys a view of the city, or at least a better view of the city. I'm gonna make a couple parts to this. I actually got a couple interviews done in Worcester for people, hoping to make like a Peter Santanello style video, kind of like the stuff he does. I just have to finish a few things off with it, and I'm gonna hopefully finish up editing it and doing all that soon. I was supposed to go to Brimfield Antique Fair today. It's Friday. I ended up not going. I usually go Tuesday and Thursday, but I was just so busy with stuff this week I didn't have the chance to. Took the wrong turn earlier, like you guys probably saw, and I ended up on a couple one-way streets. I think before I even started the video, because I pulled over at one point to start the camera. And there's a bunch of road work going on right now, so there was a road that was closed. I had to take a detour, which didn't help. Of cities out in New England. Worcester has a lot of the 3 and 4 story houses and housing units that have multiple apartments or condos in them. When I do finish that Worcester video, there's going to be a lot more facts about the city in it, and interviews with people that deserve to be interviewed. Have a lot of good stuff to say. People who've seen the city change and get better, because a lot of people will admit it, and some people haven't been here in such a long time, it still has such a bad rep. But Worcester is getting better compared to what it once was. Not even gentrified, just some of the areas that didn't even have housing are getting turned into housing. Some districts and whatnot got changed over in the past 30 years, and old warehouses that weren't being used and dilapidated and not worth fixing and whatnot were turned, like, housing was made. And I love of old buildings, they should be repurposed when they can be, but some buildings get to a point it's just not worth it. The amount of money to rehab the building wouldn't be worth it, especially if there's like asbestos and lead and whatnot. You gotta go through that whole process. So it was downpouring this morning, raining yesterday, and downpouring the day before, but it got nice out all of a sudden, which is good. Anyone have any road trips planned for the summer? Coming up on the town of West Boylston right now. That has the Wachusett Reservoir in it. You guys probably saw it in the Peter Santanello video, that big body of water that we drove by with the old stone church on it. That church is very historic. I think it burnt down once or twice, or I know for a fact it like burnt down once, and it's been used for all sorts of stuff. A church. I think they used the upstairs for a Masonic lodge for a while. I'm not too sure. I was looking into the history online, and it was like a bunch of different churches. It was like, I think like a community meeting center for a place.